Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about Indian history, the medieval period. In my last video I did the Indian history about the ancient period. That was the first part, but because India has such a large history, I needed to split this video into three categories: the ancient period, medieval period, and the modern period. In this video we're going to be talking about the medieval period. So let's begin. So the first empire was the Delhi Sultanate. It ranged from 1206 AD to 1526 AD. It did not comprise of one large dynasty. It comprised of many small dynasties. As you can see, the first was the Mamluk dynasty. It ranged from 1206 to 1290 AD. It was also called the Slave dynasty, and it was the first dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate. Qutb-ul-Dil Aibak, he was actually the leader of this Mamluk dynasty. He was actually a slave before he rose to such power. That is why it's also called the Slave dynasty. The Khalji dynasty, the second one, ruled between 1290 to 1320 AD. Like I said, it was a second dynasty. The dynasty is remembered for conquest in modern-day South India and successful repelling Mongol invasion of India. The third dynasty, it was considered one of the strongest dynasties. The Tughlaq dynasty arose during the medieval India and was the third dynasty to rule over the Delhi Sultanate. The Tughlaq dynasty ruled between 120 to 1320 AD to 1414 AD. It was ruled by many rulers such as Ghazi Malik and Muhammad bin Tughlaq and others. The fourth dynasty, the Sayyid dynasty, reigned from 1414 to 1451. It did not last for such a long time, not even 50 years. It was succeeded after the Tughlaq dynasty. Also, another thing, as you can see, there's a picture here. This was actually of the Tughlaq dynasty. It was the strongest dynasty, as you can see. It almost ranged 100 years. It was the Delhi Sultanate was at the peak of that time. Then after that, it was a downfall. The Sayyid dynasty was not such a big hit, and then the Lodi dynasty came. The Sayyid dynasty, the fourth dynasty, did not have many great things that happened. It was governed, and then the Lodi dynasty took over it. The Lodi dynasty was an Afghan dynasty that ruled the Delhi Sultanate from 1451 to 1526. It was not as horrible as a Sayyid dynasty because it had some power. It lasted more than 50 years, as you can see. It was the fifth and final dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate, found by Bahlul Khan Lodi. Now comes the Mughal Empire. It ranged from 1526 to 1859. The Mughal Empire actually started at the end of the Delhi Sultanate, like all dynasties do. But the major thing is, it was the first battle of Panipat. The Babur, who was the first ruler of Mughal Empire, he battled against the Lodi dynasty and took control. That the Lodi dynasty was not too strong, so Babur easily took over that and started the Mughal Empire. As you can see over there, there are four pictures of important people. They are the four rulers of the Mughal Empire, and you can see the fourth ruler. It ends at 1627. That is because these four are the main people of the Mughal Empire. They're called the strongest: Babur, Humayun, and Akbar and Jahangir. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce that. So those were the four prominent rulers of the Mughals. Then there are other rulers, but they were very weak and they did not have much power. They are called as the later Mughals. And actually, at the 31st December in 1600, the British came to India. They wanted to establish the East Indian Company. They took permission of Jahangir, and the Mughal Empire all started to go down from there. The British took control. They annexed many places of India, and they all at 1857 that was the revolt. The Queen of England, she took direct control of India. Until then, the British East India Company was ruling India, and they were having a lot of fun time over here until Queen Victoria, she took control. It was probably the worst mistake that Jahangir could have ever done. Because of him, and he let the permission to in the arrival of British, the British took over India, and that was probably the worst thing that happened. They rooted India of its riches. Before, India was the richest country in the world, but now more than 50% are below the poverty line. So this is the Mughal Empire. The medieval period was not so long as the ancient period. There are only two prominent features: the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughal Empire, and also the arrival of the British. So yes, this is my the second video, the part 2. So I'll probably release part 3 in another week's time. So please do wait for that, and like, share, and do subscribe. Thank you and bye.